you ever look at your credit card bill and feel like you're in one of those escape rooms, except the only clues are pay more money and try again next month? Yeah, you're not crazy. The game is rigged and the house always wins. Unless you know the cheat code. Credit card companies have spent decades perfecting little traps to keep you spinning your wheels, paying them month after month. But today, we're flipping the script. I'm going to break down the 5 biggest traps they set and show you how to dodge every single one like a financial guru. And trust me, you want to stick around for number 5. Because it's sneakier than your ex Instagram stalking. Let's get one thing straight. Credit card companies are not your friend. They're not sending you birthday cards out of the kindness of their hearts. Their job is to make money off of you. And they are very good at it. They've got teams of people with PhDs in how can we make Jermaine pay us more. I checked and it is a major. Americans pay billions, yes, billions with a B, in fees, interest every year. That's money you could be spending on investing in yourself. But here's the good news. Once you see the traps, you can sidestep them like you're in the Matrix. And if you want to go deeper, this is exactly the kind of stuff we break down in my private community every single day. But more on that in a bit. Section 1, this is what I like to call the minimum payment mirage. It's that tiny number on your bill looking all innocent like, hey, just pay me and we'll call it even. Lies. That minimum payment is not your friend. It's the financial equivalent of eating one potato chip. It sounds harmless, but you'll be stuck in the bag for years. So let me tell you what the trick is. This is how you're going to defeat this, right? That minimum is usually 1 to 3% of your balance plus interest. So if you got a $5,000 on your card at 21% APR and you only pay the minimum, you'll be paying it off forever. And you'll pay thousands in interest, enough to buy a used car or a really, really fancy air fryer. This is how you're going to dodge it. Ignore the minimum payment like it's a spam call. Your goal, pay off the full statement balance every month. Use your credit cards like debit cards. Only spend what you have in the bank. If you can't, pay as much as possible. Even an extra $50 a month is like hitting a fast forward button on your debt. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Next. The late fee booby trap. Credit card companies love this one. Miss your due date by 1 minute, just one, and they'll slap you with a fee faster than you can say, wait, what day is it? So be careful. First offense, $30. You do it again, $41. And if you really want to spice things up, they can jack up your interest rates to a penalty APR. That's basically the financial version of a horror movie soundtrack. Think 29.99% and up. But wait, there's more. Pay late and your credit score takes a nosedive. One late payment has the ability to drop your score 50 to 100 points. Now, this is how you're going to be able to dodge it, right? Automation is your best friend. Set up auto pay for at least the minimum, but ideally the full balance. That way, if you're busy binge watching Netflix or chasing your dog around the yard, you'll never miss a payment. Here's a sneaky one. The credit utilization squeeze. They give you a big credit limit, $10,000, $20,000, and you think, wow, I'm basically a baller now. But the second you use more than the 30% of that limit, your credit score starts sweating. Credit utilization is a fancy way of saying how much of your credit are you using. Keep it under 30%. You cannot leverage personal credit. And let me tell you a story about that. So I had 2 credit cards. One of the credit cards, I had a limit of $50,000 on it. A lot of you guys, when you start getting these limits, Hopefully, you're not making the mistake of just going to buy stuff that you don't need. Ideally, you want to try and leverage that to make you more money, right? $50,000, let's figure it out. So I had a friend who was doing fix and flips. He needed 30 grand because his money was tied up on the personal side. And so he knew I had these available credit. We've been friends for a while. He's a guy I trust. He told me that, and I've been seeing him do fix and flips for some time now. And he was like, hey, if you give me 30 grand in 3 months, 90 days, I'll be able to flip it back and I'll give you an extra 10 grand. So for $40,000, so I give him 30, he'll give me $40,000 in 90 days, right? And I thought, you know what? No biggie. I'll definitely do that deal. So to make a long story short, I let him borrow the 30 grand off the credit card. In my head, I figured if I pay the minimum payment, no biggie, right? First month comes around, that minimum payment is around $800. I made the payment. The second month, I made the payment. The third month, we made the minimum payment. Now, unfortunately, with that fix and flip, any of you guys who are in the fix and flip business, a lot of times you guys have a time frame, and 90 days is the typical standard time that you want to be able to fix up the house and get it sold so you can make your profits. In this case, unfortunately, there were some other issues, like most of the time when you guys are doing these fix and flips. As you're digging holes in the wall or digging up stuff, you may realize other expenses may come out or other mishaps may come, which may take a little longer. And so on that fourth month, when it passed, I talked to my friend. It wasn't a big deal. I paid the minimum payment again on the credit card. And guess what happened? The credit limit that I had of the 50 grand, they dropped it down to about $36,000, which made it look like I maxed out the credit card. Not only that, because these credit card companies work together, on the other 3 credit cards I had, they lowered the limits on those. And I didn't even have balances on those accounts. Eventually, it took probably about 7 months before I paid the credit card off. But my credit score went from the high 7s down to the mid 6s, and I couldn't get approved for anything during that time span. What I always encourage people to do is get your personal credit set up. Once the personal credit is set up, go to business credit, because on the business side of things, they don't have credit utilization, and so they're not going to lower your limits on the business side as long as you're making those minimum payments. Now, how to dodge it? Know your statement closing date. If you're about to go over 30%, make a payment before the statement closes. Ask for credit limit increases if you can. And don't close old cards. Let them chill in your sock drawer, boosting your available credit. Let me ask you a question. Do you need free credit repair? Join my free community in my description link below. All we ask you to pay for is credit monitoring. Yes, it's $29.99 a month. And yes, in all honesty, I do make a $10 commission when you sign up. But I give you access to 3 important things, so I want you to listen to all of them. I give you access to Credit Complete Pro. This is my step-by-step program teaching you how to clean your credit from start to finish, get rid of collections, charge-off, bankruptcies, late payments, and much, much more. In my private community, there's over 2,000 people in there. 14 of those people started their own credit repair companies with Credit Complete Pro. That's how good the program is. The second thing I give you access to is Debt Negotiator Pro. Now, a lot of you guys don't know I've been in the debt collection industry for over 15 years. I've owned 2 debt collection companies. I used to sue people, place accounts on people's credit report, and yes, I used to buy debt pennies on the dollar. I'm probably the only person in credit repair who will tell you sometimes you just might have to pay your debt. And if you have to pay your debt, trust me, you're gonna want Debt Negotiator Pro. In my private community, I've had 4 people start debt settlement companies from that program. That's how good it is. And then the third thing is you can schedule a free Zoom call one-on-one with me. Now we're no longer speculating. I'm looking at your credit. I'm identifying the errors on your credit. I'm telling you exactly what you need to do to go from where you're at to get into the 700 club. So make sure you take advantage of that. The link is in the description down below. Now let's talk about the fee frenzy. Credit card companies have more fees than a music festival. Annual fees, balance transfer fees, cash advance fees, foreign transaction fees, fees for paying your bills over the phone. Seriously, what is this? $19.97. Each fee is like a mosquito. One's annoying, but a bunch of them can bleed you dry. That fee rewards card, if you're not using those rewards, that annual fee is just money out the window. And don't even get me started with the cash advances. The fees and interest start the second you take out the cash. It's like borrowing money from a loan shark, but with more paperwork. So how do you dodge it? Be a detective. Before you sign up for any card, read the Schumer box, the little table with all the fees and rates. If something looks fishy, it probably is. And if you need cash, look for a personal loan instead. Cash advances are for emergencies only, like aliens have landed and I need to buy a ship level of emergencies. And now, the grand finale, the 0% APR bait and switch. You see the ads, no interest for 12 months, and you're like, sign me up. But here's the catch. If it's a deferred interest deal, you can get hit with a surprise bill that makes your head spin. If you don't pay every last penny before the promo ends, they can charge you interest on the entire original amount retroactively. It's like fishing a marathon, tripping at the fish line and then being told you have to run the whole thing again, backwards. So this is how you're gonna be able to dodge it, right? Read the fine print. If you see no interest, if paid in full, that if is doing a lot of work. Set reminders, pay it off early. And if you're not 100% sure you can clear the balance, skip the deal. Don't let a deal turn into a debt disaster. So there you have it. The 5 credit card company sets and how you can outsmart them every single time. Remember, pay more than a minimum. Automate your payments. Keep your utilization low. Read the fine print and treat special offers with a healthy dose of side eye. Be sure to join my free private community. If you haven't done it already, be sure to like this video, share it with 2 or 3 of your friends, and make sure you subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, be sure to put them down in the comment section. And as I always state, you be